Hey, what's up you guys, it's Annie. So today I'm playing some Overwatch, and actually this is only the second time I've played this game. And I wanted to do the video this way today because there's a few things regarding Overwatch that I basically just wanted to talk about. Not that I really have much reason to talk about them, other than to... Yeah, this you may learn something from this. This will just about be the only video on my channel, like, ever, that you may actually learn something from. So apparently this is just stuff that I've read on the internet and like from Twitter and Reddit and various other articles and stuff of information that a lot of people are comparing Overwatch to CSGO and Call of Duty. Now, I've never actually played Call of Duty, so I can't really comment on the comparison between Overwatch and that, and I've only ever watched very minimal gameplay of Call of Duty, and I didn't really understand what was going on, so I don't feel like I can really comment on that and actually give you guys some useful information, so I'm going to leave that one for somebody else to do. But I have played a little bit of CSGO. Now I know I'm not a particularly good CSGO player, but I kind of am starting to understand the base mechanics of the game. So a lot of things that people are saying is that Overwatch is similar to CSGO, and this is something that I partially agree with and I partially disagree with. I think the quick play, which is what I'm playing right now, is somewhat similar to CSGO in terms of if you compare it to a CSGO deathmatch. You know, there's constant respawning. Like every time you die, you respawn, and you keep playing, and it's set at an average of 10 minutes of game time. And as far as I can really tell, that's kind of the only thing that's similar. At least to me, that's the only thing that's similar. So, what makes the two games different is CSGO, like obviously you have the whole different classes of guns, and you have the same guns no matter basically what person you are on the counter-terrorist team or the terrorist team. Now, each teams have different guns, which I completely understand, but it's not like Overwatch in terms of you have different characters with different abilities. And a lot of the guns on CT versus T-sided match up relatively evenly. I know not all of them do, so don't start shouting at me for that, but they kind of match up relatively evenly. Whereas obviously Overwatch has characters, and each character has different abilities, which I actually think is really quite cool. I actually really like that because it gives the game something a little bit different. It makes it a little bit more interesting. So like a lot of the time that you will find in CSGO is like if you're say on T side, just about everyone will be using an AK at one point or another. You could have a team of 5 AKs, so it's very sort of samey, and everyone has the same ability to a certain extent. Whereas in Overwatch, because everyone's a different character, they all have different things that they can do. All the weapons that they use are different in various ways. And then you have ult things that you can obtain through a certain amount of damage to the other team and stuff. And I think that brings something actually really quite cool to the game. Because it makes, for me, because I've been playing, I would say a lot of Counter-Strike. For me, it's a lot of Counter-Strike. In hindsight, it's really not that much. But what I would call, I've been playing a lot of Counter-Strike. That's why I like Overwatch, because it is different. Also, another thing is like the whole way that you move throughout the game. Counter-Strike is very tactical, so you have to know like sort of which positions to stand to catch people on that corner, which I guess translates to this game as well. If you stand in a certain spot, then people are gonna come and basically run into your gun. That's how pretty much every game works, I reckon. Every shooter game has mechanics like that. But what I mean is like CSGO is you have callouts on the map, and it's very team-based in the sense of you have to communicate with your team to really get somewhere kind of vaguely decent, you know? Whereas I haven't actually met anyone in Overwatch who has used the microphone. Admittedly, I haven't either, because I'm kind of awkward, and if no one else is going to talk, then I'm not going to talk. But it's very different in terms of, it just feels like you just kind of run around the map, like you know you have to protect a spot or attack a spot or like move the little vehicle thing. So you know what you've got to do, and the whole team knows that that's what you've got to do, and it almost feels like there's no need for the communication because of the way the game is structured and the way that it plays out. So that's what I actually kind of like. I actually quite like that you don't have to talk to the rest of your teammates if you really don't want to. I know that seems really, really weird because it is a team-based game, and like if you're used to Counter-Strike, then you're used to saying to your teammates, oh, they're at this position, I just saw someone here, I just saw someone there, and this person is tagged, you know. If you're used to Counter-Strike, then you're used to hearing that a lot through gameplay and also saying that a lot. But in Overwatch, I've not had any experience with that, and I don't know if anyone else has, but I get the feeling that it's not a very common thing. Which I actually think is absolutely fine. It's a very different game to Counter-Strike. For me, anyway, I find it a vastly, vastly different game to Counter-Strike, and so I don't feel that it should be compared. I actually don't feel that any games should be compared in such a way that people are saying, oh, could potentially Overwatch take over Counter-Strike as one of the top first-person shooter esports. I don't agree that anyone should look at it as, oh, it's going to take over from where Counter-Strike sits at the moment. I think it should run alongside. But then I will say that that is just my way of looking at it, and I feel that like every game should have its fair chance kind of thing. No, but coming back to the point at hand as to Overwatch versus CSGO. In CSGO, you can learn to get good with a certain gun, like an AK or an M4. In this game, I guess you kind of have the same sort of thing. So instead of learning to get good with a certain gun, you learn to get good with a certain character. Now for me, I actually really quite like D.Va as a character. I'm not the best at first-person shooters anyway, but I like the way that I can play with this character, and so I'm putting a lot of time into playing with this character, whereas I know a lot of other people prefer other characters, and so they put a lot of time into those characters, which is really good because then you don't have a team of everyone's the same character and everyone's basically on an equal playing field, which is another thing that makes it different from Counter-Strike. So because everyone has different things that they can do, like you have healers, you have like snipers, I don't know like all the ins and outs, so don't start quizzing me on this because I will get it wrong. So you've got various different things that people can do, and I just think that's great because it brings a whole new dimension to the game, and again, like, it just makes it different. And I actually think that that's why I personally like it so much, and I think that's what's really been good, is that it can't really be compared to something like Counter-Strike because it is very different. Like I said, I really don't know much about Call of Duty. Like I said, I've never played it or anything. I might do at some point, but I don't know. So I really can't comment to say if it's anything like Call of Duty. So if you guys know Call of Duty, then let me know in the comments, because I'd be kind of interested to figure that one out. So thank you guys so much for listening to me ramble for like 9 minutes. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye!